Good. Well, I just got off the phone with your mom, and I just wanted to remind you about our meeting next Friday. We're going to talk about your new IEP. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you next Friday then.
Okay.
Jenny.
Hi. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, I'm Derek.
I'm Jennifer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Monica
meet you.
Pink. I'm the special education teacher.
Nice to meet you.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, feeling good?
Yes.
All right. All right, well, let's step on in here.
Okay, let's
All
go.
right, thank
Sweetheart.
you. Okay, let's get started. All right. Jennifer, as you know,
Yeah.
I'm Derek Smith, the principal here at the high school, and so we're just going to go around here and make some introductions so that you're familiar here with all the faces here at the table.
So I'm Miss Moore. I haven't met you prior, but I get to talk to Jenny regularly.
Well, nice to meet you.
I'm Amber Pink. We met in the hallway, and you and I have been working together for a while now.
I am Riley Lyngar, and I am the drawing instructor.
And I'm Miss Clark. I'm going to be the creative writing instructor for you.
Well,
Okay.
nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
And I'm
thank-
Jennifer.
Yes, wonderful, Jennifer. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here. So one of the things we want to start with, we just want to start seeing defining Ginny's long-term goals and kind of seeing what she wants to do, because we think a big part of the education process is making sure that we prepare Ginny for her time outside of high school, because right now she's 17 and Ginny's an 11th grader, and so we just want to make sure that Ginny's prepared. So Ginny, I'm just going to ask you maybe what are some of the things that you would like to do when you grow up?
Well, I like illustrating comics. I like drawing. So I want to make comic books. And I'm pretty good at drawing, but I'm not really good at writing yet.
Well, we think that's great, Jenny. We think that you have a lot of potential to go in that route. So what we want to do today is we want to start tailoring these goals to match what you want to do. So you want to go into the comic book field. Well, that's great. So we're going to talk about what can we do to get you there. So one of the things that we're going to add into your IEP is we would actually like you to meet more regularly with your career counselor so you guys can start to talk about those things.
Okay.
Yes, we should talk about like what you need to do to prepare yourself to be able to see your goal in the future, like going into school, and school will end up being expensive, so we'll need to figure out ways to pay for it and whatnot.
Will someone be helping her when she goes to that kind of school? Or?
Oh, we will be there for every step.
Oh, good. I worry about Jenny.
Oh, she's in good hands.
So previously, Jen, you were meeting with your career counselor every other week. We're going to bump that up to every week just because you're so close to graduating. We want to make sure that we help you as much as you can. You guys can talk about all those details, okay?
Okay.
The next thing we want to do is, let's talk about your work in the deli. How do you feel about that? How's that going?
I like working in the deli. There's a lot to do, so I stay busy. I get to do a lot of stuff. It's all new. A lot of it is really new, so it's fun.
How do you feel towards the people you work with? Are you making some friends, getting along with everybody?
They're okay.
You're okay?
The older people I like them more.
What kind of things do you think you're learning from your deli experience?
Well, I'm probably having to do a lot more with numbers than I've had to do before. I have to get there on time and stay even when I don't want to. And I have learning a lot of recipes and stuff. So
Do you feel like there's any of those skills that'll transfer over into your comic book life?
maybe
Maybe.
I'll have to be on time.
I think that's really important. And going off of that, another thing we'd like to see changing in this IEP is, right now you're taking a couple of classes that don't seem to make sense. They're not really doing it for you. You're not interested in them. They're not working for you. So one of the changes we'd like to make is put you in a personal finance class instead of your econ class. You've already met all your math requirements. You can kind of coast from here on out in that department. And we think that the personal finance class would be great for you because it'll teach you things like that also, those money management things, and just skills you'll need as a functioning adult. Also, we're going to pull you out of that general education PE class because, again, you've met all your requirements in that area, and we're going to put you in something that is going to benefit you. So how do you feel about taking a creative writing class?
That sounds like a lot more fun than PE.
Yeah, I think so too. So we're thinking about that, and then maybe an art class also, so you can work on your drawing skills.
Yeah, I'd like that. I
Cool.
like drawing.
What else should I say?
Well, I'm
Oh,
wondering,
writing.
Miss Pink, if you could address the writing club that we have here at the school.
That's right. Another thing we'd like to see you participate in is the writing club. Have you heard of the writing club?
No.
Well, it's something we have. They meet once a week, in the afternoons on Wednesdays after school. And basically it's just a group of kids. They come in, they bring their writing, and it's just all you guys. You write what you want, you share what you want, and it just gives you a chance to talk to other kids who are kind of doing similar things like you. Do you think that'd be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that would give you a chance to work on some of your comics and maybe share them with people and get to know some other students who like things like you.
That'd be nice.
So Jenny, are you sure you really like these new classes?
Yeah, I think I'd rather be drawing and writing about things I like.
Wonderful. Yeah, we think that they are going to help Jenny meet her long-term goals. So Jennifer, do you also feel that these might help Jenny?
Yeah, it sounds like those are good classes to have. I do worry that she might not get enough active time, like what she gets in PE, because she gets to run around and get rid of some of that energy. Will that affect her interactions with other students or teachers?
Well, we think that by placing her in a creative writing class and an art class, it'll give her a different way to let out some of that energy, just on paper.
Mm-hmm.
In her PE class right now, she's not really having a great time. She doesn't really participate a whole lot just because you like drawing a lot more. So
Yeah.
we think that by putting her in a class like that, she might be able to talk to other individuals and be able to connect through that artistic ability.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check because last time you guys kind of recommended the PE for her interaction with others to get rid of that energy and have a better attitude when she goes back to the sitting setting.
And also, in the creative writing class, there is a lot of peer interaction. It's just kind of in a different way than in a PE setting. And so there's kids who can express themselves in a particular way that, Jenny may not be attracted to in a PE class.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as well as in the drawing, we do a lot of peer modeling for the drawing to get other perspectives and stuff. So she'll get a lot of interaction through that class.
Okay.
Okay, so we've taken a look at 450B. So at this time, let's transition into 450E.
So Jenny, we're going to go ahead and start with the first skill area that we'd like to talk about is the social and emotional part. So how do you feel like your behavior is going in class?
I don't know, it's okay. I don't really like working with other people. I'd rather work by myself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a new idea that we'd like to suggest for both of you. What we've noticed is that you do pretty well when we give you some kind of goal to work towards. So let's say, for example, that if you behave or if you follow instructions and you behave well in class for a certain amount of time, that you get a reward. And let's say this reward is that you get to write the comic strip for the school newspaper. How do you feel about that?
That sounds like fun. You like that?
That'd be fun.
we feel like this would be a really great way for you to utilize your skills, your art and your comic book skills, as a way to motivate you to participate a little in class, to be more on task, and give you something to work towards. So we've revised your goal, and I'll just go ahead and read it to you so you guys can hear how it sounds and make any suggestions at that point. So what we have here is Jenny will improve her behavior in the classroom and at work in the deli. She will improve 10% every quarter, with the final goal being 30% behavioral increase by the end of the school year, as demonstrated by following instructions the first time they're given, and not providing negative comments or reacting negatively to peers. And basically how we're going to measure this is the instructors will be taking notes on behavior, especially good behavior, and anytime you do well in the class, you're going to get a sticker from that teacher. And if you can get 3 stickers a day, then that meets your goal for the day. And then if you do that throughout the week, then you're going to be meeting with, what was your last name? Lyngar. It's Lyngar. And you guys can work on that comic strip together. So how do you guys feel about that?
Do you understand what she's telling you, honey?
Well, what kind of stuff is negative? What are the negative behaviors?
The negative behaviors would be kind of, you like to keep yourself busy from what we've noticed. So that means like if you're getting bored in your seat, you get up and you walk around and you gotta go sharpen your pencil and, you know, a bunch of things that are just not quite on task, or maybe they're out of place for that moment. Or if you're working in a group, you don't quite react negative, or you don't quite talk positively with your group, things like that. Things like that you might be able to improve on.
And so once you get all of the stickers, all of the teachers are going to report to me, and based on their performance is when we can discuss your comic book for the newspaper, since I am the lead of the newspaper.
Okay, yeah, comic strips would be fun, so
They're really
I can try to be better at paying attention.
So just try to watch your negative comments towards your friends or other students, okay? Or even the teacher. Think about it before you talk.
Sounds great, Jenny. All right, let's talk about Jenny's written language and how that's working in her English classes.
Well, you currently have your social studies, your English, you're going to add that creative writing class, an art class. So you're doing quite a few things that help you develop your sentence structure, your paragraphs, vocabulary. And right now you're working on how to construct that research paper. So you're doing quite a few things in the writing department. And what we've noticed is that you actually participate a lot of the time, which is great. And you start to lose attention when more of that direct instruction is used. So the instructor is not involving you. So we want to find ways to engage you more in the instruction. So what we're deciding to do is collaborate with all of your teachers, and we're going to work out a way for you to demonstrate your comprehension with more visual representations. That means graphics, more things that involve you drawing instead of just strictly taking notes. Do you think that would help you stay more engaged in the instruction?
So I can draw in all my classes?
Exactly. But that doesn't mean doodling. That means you're drawing pictures to represent what you're learning and things like that, or graphs and visual organizers and things like that.
And in my class, we'll go into depth on how you can use this to comprehend your knowledge and express your knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if you show me how.
So the way that we're going to evaluate this is by talking to all of your instructors and again collaborating. And we're going to log how many assignments you complete, and you should be striving toward a weekly goal of 80% of those assignments completed.
80% sounds like a lot.
And it is a lot. That's why we're all going to work with you. We're going to give you more opportunities to utilize what you like to do, which is drawing. And we're going to give you more opportunities to do just that. So that way you're not sitting in your seat getting bored and stuff like that.
So you mentioned that she's going to be drawing more and visuals and all that, but it's a writing. How is she writing more when she's drawing?
So I can expand on that a little bit. In the creative writing class, Jenny will be building her skills on developing sentences, constructing paragraphs, and expanding vocabulary, just like you were saying. But in my class, she also has lots of opportunities to expand her creativity in storytelling, in dialogue, and also in writing narratives. And part of the class we will be doing that through forms, but then also we will need to back up those representations with words. So that's something that she can expand there.
So you understand that, Jenny? Are you paying attention? So these drawings will have also some writing with them. So you can explain in your writing what's happening. So not just drawing all the
Does that sound
time.
okay? And you'll be welcome to incorporate your interest in the comic book writings in everything that we do in the class as well to help keep your interest.
That sounds like something you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we work very closely, so you do drawings in my class, and then you back up the drawings with the writing in her class, and we go back and forth.
Yeah, if I can put them together.
That'd be great. And your attendance, your assignment submissions, and then also the classroom behavior is going to be a way that we're going to work together to measure your success in our classes.
For that comic book newspaper.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's switch to the next skill area. Next one is we're going to focus in on that personal finance skill, which we mentioned putting you into that class instead of your econ class. So right now you are enrolled in the deli, which is great, and we're going to kind of build off of those same lines and put you in this class so you can learn some skills on how to become a financially responsible adult and how to handle some monetary things. And previously you haven't been enrolled in a similar course like that, so this will be kind of a new experience, and it'll teach you some skills as far as how to go about being a freelance or independent comic book illustrator or writer, or also things that you would need if you were to get hired on an organization for comic book writing. So,
Will this also help her with her when she moves out on her own? And
exactly.
pay the rent.
Yep, all of those skills. Jenny will develop an understanding of her role as a citizen, consumer, and producer. Jenny will gain life skills of responsible credit usage, consumer responsibilities, and management of resources by completing the personal and family finance economics course with a grade of B or higher. So right now we don't have a baseline for that. And the way that we're going to measure that is you're going to cooperate with your instructor to meet that goal. You're going to be expected to attend and participate in class and then turn in your assignments. And then the evaluation will be of your performance will be collected by your teacher. And then your grades are going to serve as the data we'll measure during that process to see how you're doing and if it's working out for you. So the last skill we'd like to address is your storytelling creative writing skill. We feel like this is the one you're going to probably have the most fun with because this addresses your comic book writing. And we already kind of talked about it a little bit, but is there anything else you guys would like to add to that?
I can make accommodations for you in my class by providing various means of instruction and by allowing you to do lots of independent work. There will be group work, of course, but it is an opportunity for you to work independently, for you to create your own storylines to comic books and things that you're interested in, and also to add drawings with that.
So what kinds of things do you have to do with other people?
Well, we'll do some kind of peer work, peer editing, reading other people's work and making suggestions and things like that. So you'll need to react positively to your peers. So that will definitely be part of the behavior that you're going to be working on.
And then going off of that, based on all of your writing, you're going to do all the drawing in my class, and we'll talk about the tools and the procedures you're going to do for the drawing. You will also work with your peers, but there's a lot of individual work as well.
Okay, I can do that.
We think it'll be a really good fit for you.
Yes. I remember before you told me you're really interested in learning how to write that comic book dialogue. That's something that we think that this will be great for. You'll definitely be able to practice and develop those skills.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, now that we've gone over Ginny's long-term goals, the things that Ginny wants to do, how she feels about these classes, and how they're going to help her meet that, let's go ahead and move on to 450G, the last part of our IEP meeting, and kind of look at the accommodations that are going to be made to make all of these new goals affordable and easy
Great.
for her. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get started with 450G, the accommodations part of our IEP plan.
So Jenny, when we were reviewing your past IEP forms, we noticed one of the things on this form was that you didn't have anything on it. So that's something we'd really like to change here because we feel like there's a lot of things that we could be doing to help you. So one of the things that you and I are going to be working with a lot for an accommodation is we're going to allow you access to what's called a calm down or a quiet area. And that's something you can utilize in the past, but we're going to make it more of an option for you this time around. Do you know what the safe room is? Have you ever walked by it? It's basically just a room. There's always an instructor in there, and it's a nice place where you can go when you have a really bad day and you just want to be alone for a little while. You can go in there, calm down, hang out for a bit, talk if you want. Or in every classroom, you can meet with your teacher and they can designate that spot for you as well, whether it be just right outside the hallway or in a separate area of the room that's kind of away from everyone else. Just those areas that you can go to when you feel like you just need a moment for yourself. We know that you're a lot of times you just want to not be bored. So if you feel like you're having a really hard time concentrating, you can go to that section, focus, and then go back to what you were doing. Another thing that you and I are...
Good idea? Is that okay, or?
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing you and I are going to be working on is we're going to be talking about those positive social interactions. And you're getting a lot of those in the deli, which is great. You're starting to make friends. Also through the writing club, you're going to be meeting with students who have similar interests as you. You're going to be sharing your work. So you and I are going to go over what some good social interaction skills would look like. In addition,
We already talked about you drawing to comprehend all of your knowledge, so that's where I'm going to come in, to where we can discuss how you can portray your knowledge of different skills by your drawing. We're also going to use your adaptation of technology, so you can use your computer, iPad, any tablet for typing, so you don't have to write at all. And then visual organizers, we're also going to discuss how you can use different visual organizers to keep your notes.
okay.
In my class, we're going to use a lot of story starters, which is a great way to kind of give prompts for your creative writing. I think that'll be very helpful.
Okay. So it helps me have things to write about.
It'll help you come up with your own ideas.
Okay.
Okay.
And then another one of the accommodations is going to be that personal finance class in lieu of your economics class to meet your graduation requirements for the state. And then also, we're going to have your research projects be centered around your comic book interest, and also preparing you for different schools and what knowledge you'll need for going to those schools.
Like after high school?
Yes, post-school.
Okay.
And ideally, we're just going to give you a lot more choices when it comes to that kind of writing. More choices to write about things that you're personally interested in.
Okay.
So how do you feel about choice, Jenny? Because we think that choice might help you. So do you like having choices?
Yeah, I like being able to decide what I write about or what I draw about.
Okay.
And kind of how I do my work.
Wonderful.
If I get bored.
Yeah, I understand. So we think the option of having choices is going to help you with your overall behavior in school, and that's what we're really looking for. And so as Miss Pink has introduced, there's going to be the 3-star day, and we're going to look for a 3-star day every single day. Okay, we're gonna look for that, and so your teachers will be reporting to me. Okay, they're going to be talking to me about how you've been performing in their classes, and so we'll keep track. We'll have a little chart. You can look at that, and there will be rewards for constantly making those 3-star days. Okay.
What
so,
kind of rewards?
Well, as we mentioned, there's going to be the chance to get in the comic book.
For our school newspaper.
Sorry, the school newspaper, and we can talk about that. That's part of having choices, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want you to have a 3-star day, and so that's what we're going to work towards with your behavior. Does that sound great for you?
Do I decide if I have a 3-star day too?
Well, that's really up to your teachers. But you know what? You do decide. You want to know how you decide, Jenny? You decide by coming to class with a happy heart, and being ready to learn and being ready, paying attention. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you decide. You make that choice every day. Every day.
So we've pretty much gone over this new revised IEP form. Now we'd like to turn over to you, Mom, and to you, Jenny. What feedback do you guys have? How do you feel about all that?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of information that we've given to Jenny, and I think she might feel a little overwhelmed. So I think that as long as you guys are guiding her and maybe talking to her constantly and letting her know of her options and how she's doing, is she earning a star throughout the day? Is there going to be check-ins throughout the day, or is it just at the end of the day you earn it or not? I guess that's one of my questions. How do we encourage her to have those 3-star days? And would you have, like you said, any choice on what kind of reward?
Well, that ideally, how this is going to work is it's going to be an ongoing conversation with either Jenny, myself, or any of the instructors that she's involved with. At the end of every class, they're going to have a moment where they meet and they ask Jenny, how do you feel like your behavior was today?
Okay.
And then the instructor will say, I agree, or I disagree, and they'll have that dialogue. So Jenny will be constantly aware of this is how she's doing, and this is what she can improve on.
Good.
You
So
get
you'll
those
be
stars.
checking in with your teachers at the end of each class.
Okay.
And that way they can tell you, oh, you're doing good or not, and then what you need to change throughout the day so you can get those 3 stars.
That's a lot of changes, Mom.
Well, I know, sweetie, but it's for your own good, okay? And we're going to try really hard to get those stars. Is that good?
You're gonna help?
I will help. Yes.
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. We really appreciate it. So we will be happy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Ginny, and we'll see you here at Lincoln High on Monday.
All right, thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Ginny. Oh, okay. Bye, Jennifer. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.